ladies, STOLs, right? Or SOTLs.
Yeah.
This cigar is for you. So shout out to the ladies, man. In that mode, shout out to the ladies. Because women's sports, it's on
fire
uptrend
right now. Yeah.
Women's sports is up right now. I mean, like, we got March Madness that just went down. We're hitting the Final Four. Final Four is going on. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was never huge on women's basketball, even women's college basketball. But this year, specifically this year, last year too, but this year, man, I've been paying way more attention to the ladies on that collegiate level than the men's. I know more about who was in the Final Four than I'm sitting here having to guess. Alabama's in the Final Four for the. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the men. But along the line throughout this tournament, I'm lockstep with the women. I'm hearing everything that's going on, all the big news, the Angel Reese, the Kaylin, they just they getting to it. Iowa getting to it. Dawn Staley and her girls out there getting to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been something to see, and I applaud it. I like seeing this. I like seeing this. It's taking me by surprise because we've been critics of women's sports in a sense, not critical like as far as, you know, downing them or whatever, but just saying, hey, look, if you want that demand for the type of attention that you garner, hey, step up the quality that we're pushing out, the product that we're pushing out. And it looks like that's what's happening, especially on that collegiate level.
Yeah.
Women's sports, man.
Well, this is how this attention that they're garnering and that the ladies are earning for themselves right now is how you get those checks you want. You know what I mean? Because I'm of the thinking of, and it sounds like a bunch of male chauvinistic jerks, but the way capitalism works is you get paid by the attention you garner. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just as simple as that. So a lot of the ladies that felt like they were getting paid unfairly, and then you hear things like the WNBA is not turning a profit. It's like, well, where does this money come from then? You know what I'm saying? But if you are able to make yourself a star and get some attention on you, get the eyes on you, then the money comes. And that's that. These ladies are now setting the foundation for the next generation of women to really be some superstars and really start getting paid the way they want to get paid out here. So I applaud it, man. Yeah. You see Caitlin Clark, she got the big 3 offer from Cube, $5 million.
Did she? Right? I did not see that. No, I didn't see that.
Ice Cube offered her $5 million to join the big 3. That's a big contract for the ladies.
Instead of going to the WNBA.
And from my understanding, she can't do both because they won't allow her to be in more than one league, even though the schedule-wise, it won't interfere with it because the big 3, the time of the year big 3 takes place. But from my understanding, it won't allow. So she'll have a choice to make. Yeah. You know,
would she make $5 million in the WNBA?
If she does, she'll be the first to do it. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing, and I think, I don't know if it's Cube trying to push their culture, trying to help push their culture forward, right? By doing that, it might push the WNBA and their partnership, especially with the NBA, to say, hey, look, we got to come together and we need this talent in our league. And we're going to push, because it's just like in any sport, when you have a quarterback that gets that first $100 million contract of any time, you know, now that becomes the standard. That becomes the demand for all quarterbacks that come after them.
It's a thing now.
Or, it becomes a thing. So now, maybe 15 years ago, that first quarterback, they got a $100 million contract. Now, every quarterback who's worth their weight in gold, they're demanding, hey, I need 100 million up. I need 120. And then it gets pushed to 150, and I need 150. Now everybody's trying to match that. So with Q going out there and saying, hey, look, I'll give you $5 million. So now WNBA got to respond. The NBA partnership has to respond. Hey, let's give her $6-7 million. Now all the ladies, they're going to try to figure out how we can get this money. How can we market this? And especially with the attention that they're getting. Because when she goes pro, just like Angel Reese, she's going pro. She put her hat in there and said, hey, look, I'm going pro. It's getting that attention. And once that attention, like when it's like this, like it's been like no other time, even with the Lisa Leslie time frame, this is the biggest amount of attention over Brittany Griner, who's the other I can't remember her name right now.
Candace.
That's in the league. Yeah, Candace Parker. Even bigger than Candace Parker's time. Like this is monumental, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So now that attention goes to the WNBA. It's now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, and the NBA is going to want a piece of that. The WNBA is going to want a piece of that. So they're going to have to offer her that contract.
Yeah, and that deal is a fantastic negotiating piece because now he set the bar for what her value is. Now, when she goes to negotiate her first contract, this is my value. You see my value because this is what somebody's willing to pay for me. You know what I mean? And like you said, the WNBA really needs this. We're looking at the possibility. If the WNBA is smart, they will do this the way the NBA did with Bird and Magic. Rig this thing up and make this your Bird and Magic moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
rig it up where they go to two big markets and this works out. Where these are the big matchups and let it do for your league what it did for the NBA.
Yeah, because this is going to be bigger than just national. This is going to be this might be the first time that the WNBA might go broad, talking about like internationally big. You know what I mean? And like you said, you put a number on my value. This is my value. Now you have to meet me at my value. And if they're smart, that's worth the investment. That's a huge investment. Like you said, that investment of Bird and Magic. We're going to take this dynamic with Bird and Magic and we're going to grow our league off the heels of Bird and Magic. And that's what happened. And then they got a Michael Jordan down the line and boom, boom, boom. And now but it took with that first investment of saying we're going to feed into this talent that we have and cultivate this whole Bird and Magic idea. Now we get Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. This is, matter of fact, you know what? This is the same thing.
Same thing. It's matching up perfect. That's why I say people already think sports is rigged. Just rig it up, man. Forget it. Openly rig it up and we'll move on past it. People's people's attention is that big. So we'll forget about it, the fact that you rigged it up.
So Angel Reese, she won, right?
Mm-hmm.
She won. Caitlin Clark wins. Now you got two winners on the collegiate level. They're both in the WNBA at the same. This is exactly Bird and Magic. I didn't even think about that till you mentioned it.
Bird and Magic.
This is literally Bird and Magic all over again. Instead of Michigan State and Indiana?
Indiana, yeah.
We got LSU and Iowa.
Yeah. Same thing in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, LSU ain't Michigan State, but at the same time, kind of is as far as a school.
Level.
You know what I'm saying?
That school, and then also for we're talking about that how they perform in their genre, I guess.
Yeah,
for women's sports, LSU was kind of like what a Michigan State is, and then Iowa was kind of like what Indiana was. It's that same vibe, that same
very
feel,
much close to one another. Yeah, I agree. And the WNBA and the NBA included, because they're partners, can't miss this opportunity for lightning in a bottle. It's there. It's trapped. Don't let her go get bought out by the big three. Because ultimately, if she goes to the big three, that's going to ruin everything. And I don't know when you're going to get this opportunity again. Because she will be playing against men. She will be making more than the men. So she will have a target on her back by men. It's okay for her to have a target on her back amongst her peers in the WNBA, but don't give her a target on her back where these men make her look bad and then she loses value going into the actual WNBA.
And if she's smart, she would think about that. If she's smart, she would think about you set a precedence for my love, for my value. If I go here, could I potentially lose value? Or if I go here, can I potentially up my value plus up everybody else's value? If she goes to the big three, she doesn't affect anything other than her pockets. She'll get that $5 million and then her value might diminish. Or if she shines, I don't know.
Yeah, if she shines, she still can go over.
Yeah, but if she goes to will she shine? That's a tough thing. And we already know, like we talked about Serena, she's already said, hey, look, as nice as I am, and as bad as of a tennis player as I am, I'm a bad girl. I can't hold a candle to these guys that's hitting the ball. I can't. So
and see, the half court system of the big three favors these old men also.
Right.
But her youth doesn't really get to shine in a half court game.
You're not running up and down and running them down. She can probably really outrun these guys for sure. She can outrun these guys. Her conditioning probably is way better than these guys right now. In her youth, in her training and what she's used to. But these guys, like they half court, you see the old men in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You get them in the half court game, or they gonna bully you all day.
Yeah, it's gonna favor all her strengths don't get to shine in that half court that she would have over them. Mm-hmm. So they. Hey, but look, at the end of the day, if the WNBA even offered her, if they cracked that $1 million mark and offered her $1 million, it's still something to consider going to the big three on some selfish stuff. Because who knows? You ain't guaranteed that you'll ever make 5 in the WNBA the way things are now.
Facts.
It's just so she's under a lot of pressure to take the money. I would think, you know what I'm saying? Because when does this opportunity present itself again? But at the same time, you do have the opportunity to change everything for women that comes after you. But if she get the contract, great. Because now the door's open. Everybody going to be jealous of her. She's going to have to deal with a lot of hate. But everything is going to progress from this point forward if she gets offered a big deal and takes it to the WNBA.
But I think the pressure there's more pressure on the WNBA. Mm-hmm. There's more pressure on the WNBA to say, do we break the bank? Do we break the bank and make this deal happen? Pay her astronomically more than what everybody else is getting paid. It's going to garner some hate still, right? And then also, other people are going to start demanding more money too. But if it's done right, they'll make more money to where they can meet those demands.
The money will be there if done right. Yeah.
So pressure's on. Hey, do we take this investment? Do we make this happen? Do we jump out the window on this? Yeah. And short answer for me is yes. You better. Yeah. Because if you gotta go talk to the NBA and say we have this partnership. Hey man, y'all got $5 million. Because there's somebody there's a $12 million on somebody's roster that's getting a little bit too much. We can shave some of these contracts if we got to. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's money floating around. It's $1 billion industry in the NBA. They got $5 million that they can, give it to her.
Yeah.
$6 million.
Investment.
Give it to her. It's an investment. It's only gonna make the whole thing grow even more. You're going to make more money if you make that investment. That's how I feel. Bird and Magic all over again in women's sports. You don't miss this opportunity. Like you said, lightning in the bottle, you don't miss this opportunity.
Yeah, you don't. And on top of that, with the WNBA getting some of the negative attention that it gets from its fan base, sometimes us complaining about it, that means that the actual NBA could be kind of ticking down some. While we're doing this, you know what I'm saying? This is opportunity to help out. Like,
man, as a matter of fact, my son told me the other day, because he's been into the women's tournament, and he was like, "Hey, Dad, like the way the women are playing, they're not playing like." And he's about to turn 15. He's only 14, and he's only been watching basketball for so many years. And he's like, they move like the guys move now. Like the game is getting a little bit better and just better to watch. It's more of an exciting game to see. They're becoming more athletic. Their athleticism is increasing in a way that it's being more fun to watch. I'm trying to make sure I say this the right way, so I don't want to diss anybody, right? But that's just the way that we've always looked at the game. It's like they're less athletic as the guys. It's not as fun to watch. The intensity isn't there, but now that intensity is ramping up. The skill level is ramping up. You got Caitlin Clark taking threes from NBA range on the college level. She's shooting it from everywhere, which is where the game is going on the NBA side. So why not match that? Yeah. And he's like, hey, watching the women play, like they getting to it. And just seeing him from his standpoint being a younger. So as this becomes a Bird and Magic thing, this is maybe not for our era that we're going to pay as much attention to it, but for my son and his era and younger, as they grow up and the league gets better and the skill set gets better, this might be you have a chance to catch. Yeah, you have a chance to catch this demographic to say, hey, look, this is a prominent sport. Just like, hey, I like to watch certain women's sports over men. I'd rather watch tennis before I watch men. Some of the track and field events, I'd rather watch track and field before I watch some of the men. This could become a movement.
It could become a moment. But look, and a lot of that is compliments to the training. You know what I'm saying? The information that's out there. This generation, women have the ability to train differently, and it's probably allowing them to be a little more athletic, a little stronger, a little more skilled. You know what I'm saying? Just with different advances in technology and medicine and AAU leagues and stuff that didn't exist.
They get more dunks off, man. They get more dunks off now.
They still look trash, but you know what I'm saying? But they starting to get their dunks off. You know what I'm saying? So we getting there, man. I started to send you.
Did I send it to you? I was going to send you a clip. It was on TikTok or something of a compilation of women dunks. I might not have sent it to you. I might have
somebody sent one to me because I seen it and I seen one and I was like, ugh. It was for this year in the league, all the dunks and stuff.
Yeah, it was a compilation. But it might have been me. I might have sent that to you then. I was like, okay, they actually getting the ball in there. All right, let's go.
Yeah, but it's progress though. It's progress. I'm satisfied with it. I'm happy for it. And we just talked about basketball, but across the board, women's sports across the board, man, is all on the uptick, man. So yeah. Shout out to the ladies, man. Y'all go to your favorite cigar lounge and tell them to cut some women's sports on for you while you're in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.